What's up guys, welcome back. Today I'll be showing you my recipe for chicken marsala. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell and enable notifications as well. Alright, enough running my mouth, it's time to get in the kitchen and make it happen. The first thing you're going to need is to lay down some saran wrap just to make sure things are nice and clean in the kitchen. You want to cover 2 chicken breasts in saran wrap as you see me doing right here, because we're going to flatten these chicken breasts out. With a meat tenderizer or mallet, whatever you have, a rolling pin will work as well. This is a good opportunity to take out the frustration you have from not getting that PS5 for Christmas. You just want to pound these chicken breasts until they're nice and even, about a 1/4 inch thick or so. This is going to help them cook nice and evenly when we fry them up. And again, you can use a meat tenderizer or even a hammer if you're feeling really frustrated at work. Just kidding guys, put the hammer down. You can use a meat tenderizer, you can use a rolling pin, a cast iron skillet, a number of different things. Once your chicken is nice and even, about like I said, a 1/4 inch thick or so, we're gonna go ahead and season the chicken breast with some salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and a little bit of Emeril's essence, or whatever other seasoning you like on your poultry. We wanna make sure both sides are evenly coated in our seasoning. Looking good. Next, we are going to prep our mushrooms. The best way to do this, in my opinion, is to take a damp paper towel or two. And you want to really get in there and thoroughly clean these mushrooms, because as you can see, there's a lot of dirt on these mushrooms when you get them. You don't necessarily want to run them underwater because mushrooms act as a sponge and they'll soak up all that moisture. So a damp paper towel is the best way to do it, in my opinion. Once we got our mushrooms nice and clean, we're going to go ahead and slice them up. No right or wrong way to do this. You just want the mushrooms to be, bite-sized pieces. And if you're not a fan of mushrooms, then you're probably not a fan of chicken marsala. But technically, you could leave the mushrooms out. It is pretty traditional with the dish, but if you don't like mushrooms, you don't like mushrooms. Next, we're going to prepare a shallot. So you want to do this the same way you do an onion. Just take the skin off of them and then dice them up nice and fine. There you go. Make some slices long ways and then spin them around and, make slices in the other direction as well. Not rocket science here. Same way you would dice up an onion or, any other vegetable. Real simple recipe, guys. Super delicious. Can't wait for you guys to try it. Let me know if you've ever had chicken marsala in the comments. If you plan on making this, make sure you tag me on social media. I love seeing what you guys create. Nice and cheap, quick and easy weeknight dinner right here. There we go. We got our shallots diced up nicely. That's about what we're looking for. Now it's time to prepare our flour for our chicken. So we're going in with some salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, a little Cajun seasoning, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. Again, if you have a blend that you like on your chicken, go ahead and add that into your flour as well. One thing that I do recommend is to taste your flour to make sure that it's adequately seasoned before frying your chicken. If the flour doesn't taste good before you put it in the grease, it's not going to taste good after. So there we go. Always taste as you go, adjust accordingly as needed. We're going in, this is about a cup of flour or so. You don't need a whole lot for just 2 pieces of chicken. You may want to double the recipe if you're making a larger portion size. And we're not using any egg wash or buttermilk or anything like that, because for chicken marsala, you want a real nice light coating of flour on your chicken. So we're just going to make sure that it's evenly coated in that seasoned flour. We don't want any bare spots. Looking good. And then we're just going to sit that on a plate and let that rest. Let the flour really adhere to the meat. That way it stays on our chicken and doesn't end up at the bottom of our frying pan. Speaking of frying pan, we're going in with about a 1/2 cup of cooking oil. You can use vegetable oil, peanut oil, whatever whatever floats your boat. And then we're going to add in 1 or 2 tablespoons of butter. Adding the butter into the cooking oil helps prevent the butter from burning, and it also gives you a really beautiful golden brown crust on your fried chicken. About 3 to 4 minutes per side until you get a nice golden brown color like so over medium-high heat. Looking good. As always, guys, the specific measurements and ingredients are provided for you in the description box below. Don't forget to check that out. Once your chicken is nice and golden brown, we're going to remove it from the skillet, drain off most of the oil, but leaving behind just a little bit. Going in with 2 more tablespoons of butter and then those diced mushrooms from earlier. We want to saute those, get them nice and tender. It's about 8 ounces of mushrooms here. And then once the mushrooms get a head start, we're going to add in our shallot. Give that a nice mix as well. Throw in a few thyme leaves. That's optional. You can use dried thyme if you want also. And of course, we're going in with a little bit of better than bouillon chicken base. This is going to be what we're using to really season this marsala sauce that we're making. It imparts tons of chicken flavor into the sauce. Super delicious. If you haven't tried it yet, look for it in your local grocery store. It's usually in the chicken broth aisle. Just went in with about a tablespoon or so of garlic paste, and we're going to work that in. Looking good. So much flavor packed into this nice and simple dinner recipe. Now we're going in with a half cup of Marsala wine. You can find that at most grocery stores as well. Bring that up to a boil, kind of cook off the wine a little bit, and then we're going in with some heavy cream. Mix all that together. The heavy cream is going to help thicken things up, give it some nice rich flavor. And now we're adding in our chicken stock. That's about a half cup of chicken stock. We're going to bring that up to a boil and reduce it to a simmer. I like to add a teaspoon of browning just for presentation purposes. Gives a nice dark and deep color to our marsala sauce. It's optional, but I do like the color that it adds there. Doesn't do a whole lot in terms of flavor. Going in with a little bit of parsley just to add some freshness and a pop of color. And then last but not least, we're going to emulsify 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold butter. Use whatever butter you like. I tend to like the Kerrygold butter because it's grass-fed and has, good flavor. A little bit better for you as well. Season your sauce to taste, and then we're going to add in those chicken breasts. And we're going to finish cooking the chicken breasts until they get up to about 165 degrees internal temperature, at which point they are safe to eat and will be super tender and delicious. Go ahead and spoon some of that amazing marsala sauce on top. Don't forget the mushrooms. And simmer that for about 4 to 5 minutes until the chicken hits 165 degrees and you're good to go. You can serve this up with some cauliflower mash if you're trying to be on the healthier side, or some mashed potatoes. Serve it over rice, serve it over pasta. It's very flexible, a lot of different ways you can serve this. Good meal prep option. It also reheats well. Oh man, brace yourself for a few trademark money shots. That marsala sauce is packed with flavor. We also added a little bit of red pepper flakes just to add some heat. Heavy on the food porn on this episode, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you've ever had chicken marsala. You know I gotta try this one. Break out the butter knife just to show you guys how tender this chicken is. Gotta give me one of those mushrooms. Here we go, moment of truth. Oh man, that's good. Super simple, super easy. Perfect for a weeknight dinner option. Gotta go back for some mushrooms. Hope you guys enjoy the recipe. I think the face says it all. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for your support.